Some homes are designed to be admired. Others are designed to be owned. But once in a generation, a residence appears that seems to have been built for a different era entirely. An era where intelligence is embedded in walls, where architecture behaves like software, and where the house itself becomes an extension of the mind that owns it. This is not simply a mansion. This is the tech visionary smart estate. A private technological ecosystem designed for a future billionaire. Someone who doesn't just accumulate wealth, but engineers the systems that shape tomorrow. Because when someone builds the future, their home cannot belong to the present. The estate begins long before the house comes into view. A kilometer-long approach road curves through carefully preserved forest, illuminated only by thin lines of embedded ground light that activate as the vehicle approaches. No floodlights. No gates screaming for attention. The entrance feels less like arriving at a property and more like approaching a classified research facility. At the end of the road, the forest opens, and the structure appears. A low, expansive architectural silhouette composed of dark titanium panels, structural glass, and precision-cut stone. The geometry is clean, deliberate, and confident. Long horizontal lines stretching across the landscape like a machine designed for permanence. There are no decorative flourishes here. Everything serves a purpose. Everything has been engineered. The first thing visitors notice is the silence. Not the absence of sound, but the absence of chaos. No visible security guards. No cameras mounted on corners. No traditional alarms. Because security in this estate operates differently. Thousands of microsensors embedded within the landscape analyze movement patterns, temperature shifts, acoustic signatures, and behavioral anomalies in real time. The property understands the difference between a wandering deer, a delivery vehicle, and an uninvited presence before anyone inside the house is even aware of it. Artificial intelligence doesn't sit in a server room here. It lives inside the estate. The driveway curves beneath a floating roof canopy where a vehicle slows to a stop. But there is no front door. Instead, a seamless section of the glass facade becomes translucent as biometric systems confirm the owner's presence. The wall quietly slides open, revealing the entry chamber beyond. No key. No code. No interaction required. The home simply recognizes who belongs there. Stepping inside feels less like entering a house and more like crossing into a controlled environment. A 30-foot atrium rises overhead, framed by structural beams of brushed titanium and floor-to-ceiling smart glass. Natural light pours down from a skylight that automatically adjusts tint levels throughout the day, optimizing brightness, temperature, and energy efficiency without a single human command. But the real centerpiece isn't the architecture. It's the walls. Every major surface inside the estate is embedded with an interactive display layer, invisible when dormant, transformative when activated. At first glance, the walls appear to be smooth limestone panels. Then they awaken. A simple gesture from the owner, and the entire living room wall transforms into a dynamic digital canvas displaying real-time satellite views of the planet. Another gesture shifts it into a global financial dashboard tracking markets across New York, London, and Singapore. Architecture becomes interface. Space becomes information. Because this estate isn't built for passive living. It's built for someone who operates on a global scale. The living hall itself stretches nearly 100 feet across, designed not only for luxury but for scale of thought. The furniture is minimal, sculptural, almost secondary to the room itself. A long carbon fiber table sits at the center, equally suited for private dinners, high-level negotiations, or midnight strategy sessions with founders and engineers. Above the table floats a chandelier made of hundreds of programmable glass rods, each capable of adjusting brightness, direction, and color temperature independently. The lighting adapts to the room's activity automatically. Dinner. Conversation. Deep focus. The house understands the shift in atmosphere before anyone asks for it. Along the southern wall, the glass panels retract entirely, dissolving the boundary between interior and exterior. Outside lies a reflective infinity pool that stretches toward the edge of the estate, its surface perfectly aligned with the horizon. Beyond it, a private landscape designed to feel untouched, wild grasses, sculpted terrain, and carefully planted tree clusters that grow denser toward the property line, creating a natural fortress of green. But hidden beneath that peaceful landscape is an infrastructure network more advanced than most corporate campuses. Energy grids, water purification systems, private data centers, autonomous drone ports, all operating quietly below ground. Because the tech visionary who lives here doesn't depend on external systems. He builds his own. On the western wing of the estate lies the strategic heart of the property, a command studio designed for deep work and long-range thinking. Unlike the dramatic openness of the living hall, this space feels controlled, focused, almost monastic. A circular room. Minimal furniture. A single desk carved from dark stone. When the owner enters, the walls activate automatically, forming a 360-degree visualization environment. Global data streams appear around the room: startup metrics, investment flows, AI model performance, satellite feeds, and private network analytics. This is where companies are built. Where billion-dollar decisions are made quietly. Where ideas move from theory into systems that shape industries. Because for someone operating at this level, the house must function as more than a residence. It must function as a strategic tool. Yet the most extraordinary feature of this estate is not the technology itself. It's how invisible it feels. There are no screens cluttering tables. No cables. No obvious devices. Technology disappears into the architecture so completely that the experience feels effortless, almost natural. Like the house understands what its owner needs before the thought fully forms. Which is exactly the point. Because the tech visionary smart estate isn't built to impress guests. It is built to accelerate a mind that already lives in the future. And this is only the beginning of what the estate can do. Most luxury homes today are described as smart. Voice assistants, automated lights, motorized curtains, conveniences. But the tech visionary smart estate was never meant to compete in the category of convenience. Its systems were designed with a far more ambitious idea in mind. A house that behaves like an operating system. Inside this estate, every function, climate, energy, security, lighting, privacy, entertainment, transportation, is managed by a central AI architecture that continuously learns the habits of its owner. Not programmed. Learned. The estate studies daily rhythms, sleep cycles, work patterns, preferred temperatures during deep focus hours, lighting intensity during late-night strategy sessions. Even the subtle difference between hosting investors and hosting friends. Over time, the house begins to anticipate life before it happens. At 6:30 in the morning, long before sunlight reaches the valley, the eastern wing of the house begins to wake. Glass panels slowly shift their tint levels, allowing a soft gradient of natural light to enter the master suite. The temperature adjusts by a single degree. Soft ambient music emerges from hidden acoustic panels embedded within the walls. There are no alarms. No screens glowing beside the bed. Just an environment that transitions naturally from night to morning. Because in this house, waking up isn't triggered by a device. It's orchestrated by architecture. The master suite itself occupies nearly an entire wing of the estate, not because of extravagance, but because of intentional space design. The bedroom opens into a private lounge lined with interactive glass walls that can transform into anything the owner chooses. A world map visualizing global venture investments. A live dashboard tracking multiple tech portfolios. Or complete silence, the walls turning opaque, isolating the room from information entirely. For someone building companies and technologies that operate across continents, the ability to disconnect becomes as valuable as access. And the estate understands that balance. The bathroom resembles something closer to a high-end wellness laboratory than a traditional spa. Heated stone floors extend beneath a floating soaking tub carved from a single block of volcanic basalt. Mirrors double as health monitoring interfaces, displaying biometrics collected through subtle environmental sensors, sleep quality, hydration levels, recovery data. Even the shower system adjusts water pressure and mineral composition based on health analytics. It isn't luxury for the sake of indulgence. It's optimization. Because the mind shaping the future of industries requires a body operating at peak performance. But the estate reveals its most dramatic side beneath the surface. Literally. Below the main structure lies one of the most extraordinary spaces in the entire property, the hypercar vault garage. The entrance is hidden along the northern side of the estate, where a section of landscape quietly lifts to reveal a descending ramp illuminated by thin strips of white floor lighting. From the outside, it looks like nothing more than a subtle change in terrain. Inside, it opens into a cathedral of engineering. The garage is not a garage in the traditional sense. It's a gallery of velocity. 20 hypercars sit within individual glass display chambers arranged along a circular hall, machines representing the highest levels of automotive innovation. Carbon fiber monocoques, hybrid powertrains, fully electric hyper-performance platforms. Each chamber rotates slowly, allowing the vehicles to be viewed like mechanical sculptures. Above them, a ceiling grid of programmable light panels mimics natural daylight conditions from different regions of the world. Morning light in Monaco. Sunset in California. Night racing conditions. The lighting shifts depending on which vehicle the owner selects. But this space isn't just about storage or display. The garage is directly connected to a subterranean test tunnel that stretches beneath the estate grounds, a controlled environment used for vehicle testing, prototype evaluations, and private driving simulations. Because a tech visionary rarely collects machines simply for ownership. He studies them, improves them, sometimes even invests in the companies building them. At the center of the garage sits a circular platform known as the launch deck. When activated, the platform raises a selected hypercar to ground level through a seamless lift system integrated into the estate's motor court. No doors opening, no mechanical noise, just a machine emerging silently from beneath the earth. A dramatic departure every single time. Yet despite all the technological power hidden inside this property, the estate never feels mechanical. That balance becomes most visible in the central living pavilion, the social heart of the house. This space was designed for the rare moments when visionaries gather. Founders, inventors, investors shaping the next decade of technology. Here, the walls become immersive storytelling surfaces capable of transforming the entire environment. During private dinners, they might display slow-moving digital art, generative patterns created by custom AI algorithms that never repeat the same design twice. During high-level meetings, the room can transform into a strategic visualization chamber, projecting live simulations of global markets, emerging technologies, and venture landscapes. Ideas don't just get discussed here. They become visible. The dining table itself contains an embedded augmented surface capable of projecting interactive models, city infrastructure, architecture concepts, product prototypes. Guests can manipulate designs directly with hand gestures, rotating and expanding ideas in mid-conversation. It's part laboratory, part social space, part command center. Because in the world of future billionaires, conversation alone is rarely enough. They build while they speak. And then there is the AI core, a facility hidden deep beneath the estate that very few visitors will ever know exists. This is where the intelligence of the house resides. Rows of liquid-cooled server stacks operate inside a secure chamber designed to run advanced artificial intelligence models locally, ensuring that the estate never relies entirely on external networks. private machine learning systems manage everything from environmental optimization to predictive maintenance, digital security, and behavioral learning. The house is constantly improving itself. Quietly, continuously. The result is something that feels less like a building and more like a living technological organism. But even with all of this intelligence, power, and infrastructure, the tech visionary smart estate still has one more dimension, a side of the property that reveals why the people who build the future rarely choose cities as their final destination. Because at the far edge of the estate lies a place designed not for technology, but for clarity. And that is where the true philosophy of this estate is revealed. At the far end of the property, past the glass pavilions and the sculpted landscape, the architecture begins to change. The geometry softens. The materials shift. Technology becomes quieter. A narrow pathway made of dark stone leads through tall grasses that move gently with the wind. No visible lighting lines the path, yet at night the ground subtly glows beneath each step, powered by pressure-sensitive bioluminescent panels embedded beneath the surface. It feels less engineered, more elemental. At the end of this pathway stands the most unexpected structure on the entire estate. A pavilion. Minimal. Perfectly symmetrical. Floating above a shallow reflecting pool that mirrors the sky like a sheet of liquid glass. This is known as the Clarity Pavilion. And unlike the rest of the property, it contains almost no technology at all. No screens. No interactive walls. No data streams. Just a circular room surrounded by open glass panels, allowing wind, light, and silence to move freely through the space. In the center sits a single stone chair. Not a throne. Not a sculptural showpiece. Just a quiet place to sit. Because every visionary eventually discovers something unexpected. The more powerful your systems become, the more valuable silence becomes. From this pavilion, the entire estate stretches across the landscape like a living machine. Structures, gardens, pools, and distant forest merging into a single controlled ecosystem. But from here, the technology disappears. All that remains is horizon, sky, space to think. This is where ideas that shape industries begin. Because the world often imagines billionaires surrounded by chaos, constant meetings, constant deals, constant motion. But the ones who truly build the future operate differently. They spend enormous amounts of time thinking, alone. And that is what the tech visionary smart estate ultimately provides. Not luxury, not even technology, but mental bandwidth. Every automated system in the house exists to remove friction from the owner's life. Climate systems eliminate distractions. AI scheduling reduces decision fatigue. Security systems remove the need for vigilance. Energy independence eliminates dependency. The estate quietly solves thousands of small problems before they ever reach the owner's attention. Because the most valuable resource for someone building companies, technologies, and entire ecosystems is not money. It's focus. And focus requires an environment engineered with ruthless precision. Even the estate's energy infrastructure reflects this philosophy. Beneath the landscape lies a massive network of geothermal wells, solar capture arrays integrated into architectural surfaces, and next-generation battery storage facilities. The property produces more energy than it consumes. In fact, the estate operates as a private microgrid, capable of sustaining itself completely off external power systems for months at a time. This level of independence is not a luxury feature. It is a mindset. The same mindset that drives founders to build their own platforms instead of relying on someone else's. Control the infrastructure. Control the outcome. Nearby, an elevated platform extends toward the horizon, a private aerial mobility pad designed for the next era of transportation. Traditional helicopters can land here, but the platform was primarily designed for something else. Electric vertical aircraft. The future of private air mobility. From this estate, a visionary could travel silently between cities, tech campuses, research labs, and private summits without ever entering a traditional airport. Because for the people shaping tomorrow's systems,